All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for 9 minutes with me all over Facebook, IGTV, and YouTube here at Rosie's Corner. As you can see, the menu's behind me, and of course, it is a Fish Friday. Get here for the fish, get the sandwich, get the entree, pair it with the mac and cheese, or the fries and coleslaw. This place is knocking it out of the park every single day. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. The Pork Wednesday, they've got the tremendous fish, as I just mentioned, as well. Prepped, on-site, homemade, you name it, here at Rosie's Corner, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. And make sure, by the way, that you follow them on Instagram, that you like them on Facebook, and you can order food from Grubhub as well here at Rosie's. All the Pepsi products in the cooler, all the amazing salads, mac and potato, your chicken salads as well here at Rosie's. And make sure that you grab some amazing desserts to go as well. Chocolate chip cookies, brownies, you name it, here at Rosie's Corner. So just came down a while ago that Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano are out for Sunday's game against the Miami Dolphins. And these injuries are enormous to the Buffalo Bills defense here as we preview Bills at Dolphins. Now, I think the Bills can still manage to have success on defense, and they can still manage to beat Miami, and I'll give my prediction here shortly. But this is a big deal because Tremaine Edmonds is arguably the best tackler on the Buffalo Bills. Milano is arguably the best tackler. You could probably throw a Micah Hyde and maybe Jordan Poyer in there as well. But Edmonds is the biggie because he's the middle linebacker. He's the guy who controls the defense. And so that's going to hurt the Bills big time. Look for Tyrell Dodson to slide right into that spot at the middle linebacker position. And as far as the outside goes, they picked up the veteran A.J. Klein for a reason. Well, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Klein, who's going to play on the outside in place of Matt Milano. Milano's got the hamstring injury, and Edmonds has the shoulder injury. And the problem with those two injuries is that they could nag for a little while for the Buffalo Bills, and they could be out multiple weeks. But the Bills do have depth. Obviously, it's a huge hit for both the exact positions, but when you look at the overall defense, they've still got the guys up front, Mario Addison, Jerry Hughes. They've got to have major pressure up front at Oliver, in my opinion, even more so now, and they've got to stop the ground game, to not let that offense, the Dolphins, get into the middle of the field. So that's number one with the injuries. Number two is I think the Bills' keys in this football game, I think they're very similar to last week when they beat the Jets in Orchard Park. I think number one on offense, the Bills have just got to attack. Don't waste any time. Get right after the Dolphins. Their pass rush is not very good. Their linebackers, speaking of the position, are not very good. Their strength is in the secondary, so I would like to see Brian Daboll continue to use a lot of that magic motion offense that you saw last week. Try to get Stephon Diggs the ball early. Try to hit John Brown, in those little slant screens. You saw that play. It was a dynamic, awesome pass that Allen gave to Brown for the touchdown, where he kind of went inside a little bit. He hit him on that side screen, and then he ran in between the blocks and went right into the end zone. Pardon me. I feel like if Diggs and Brown can get it moving, that will open up things for the tight end position. It'll open up the screen game for the likes of Boston Singletary. And, of course, it will allow Josh Allen, hopefully less read option runs. Brian Daboll, are you listening? Stop adding more runs for Josh Allen to increase his chances of getting injured. And, the guy can't hang on to the football. I don't know what the hell he was doing last week. Up 21-0 in the red zone. Worst case scenario, you bleed the clock more and you kick a field goal, assuming Tyler Bass could make it. Why are you running a read option play to the left? Listen, when Josh Allen runs out of the pocket, when he runs away from broken plays, when he competes, I'm okay with it. I'm not okay when Josh Allen has designed read option runs that you don't really need in those spots. Throw the ball. It's modern NFL. I know that there's guys, Lamar Jackson, Patty Mahomes, other quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, etc. The hybrid game is big. I get that. But keep Josh Allen intact here. He's the key to the team. He's the key to the franchise. Sure, he could get injured this morning slipping in his bathtub, for Christ's sake, and I understand that. But law of averages, the more times you put him out there, the more chances you're playing the numbers game basically against you by throwing him out there in more read option situations to get hit and obviously turn the football over as well. But I'd love to see the turnover, or I'd love to see the offense get more, even than last week, more active in getting the ball, those quick dumps, those quick wide receiver slants. Get Devin Singletary the ball more. This Zach Moss kid looks like he's a pretty shifty guy. It's funny, they talked about the Thunder Lightning thing some people did when they got Zach Moss in the draft. And you look at Moss, you look at Singletary, to me, they look like the same build and the same player and the same style. As far as the Miami side of things go, the Bills need to attack Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think last week against the Bill Belichick defense of the Patriots, he had 3 interceptions. And you know what? The Bills defense is better than New England. Now, again, each week is different. I know it's game to game and all the rest, but I think you've got to, if you're the Bills, attack. I know Milano and Edmonds are out, but you got to bring it at Fitzpatrick. You've got to make him make mistakes. Fitzpatrick, he'll hang in there, and you should know this being a Bills fan if you're watching this. Fitzpatrick will wow you in the beginning of the game. He'll throw a couple of teardrops. He's been a journeyman around the NFL. People, oh my God, Fitzmagic, he's still got it, this guy. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, when you need that big throw, he misses it. He throws behind a wideout. He holds on to the ball too long. He makes mistakes in the second half. He's done it his entire career. He's a really, really good dude. I give him a lot of credit for hanging in there as a journeyman. He's made a shitload of money. But when it comes down to pressure cooker situations in the second half, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't want him anywhere near my huddle. This guy throws the ball and misses targets and turns the ball over. So if I'm Buffalo, I'm going really hard after him. I'm sending the kitchen sink at him. I'm trying to get turnovers early and often, make Fitzpatrick uncomfortable. And then from there, of course, if you have the offense doing its thing, and of course, I think the red zone is going to be a big deal too. The Bills need to score. Hopefully the Bills can get a lead in this game. That is another huge factor for me, because if you get a lead in this game, Fitzpatrick will be forced to throw even more. I'm really nervous about Edmonds not being in there. I'm nervous about Milano not being in there. The road crowd, it's going to be interesting. I mean, usually the Dolphins don't get a huge crowd to begin with, but there will be fans allowed in the stadium. It should be, I think, from what I read last check, it should be around that 13 to 15,000-ish let into the stadium. They'll be all spread out and socially distanced and all that happy crap that we've been doing for, 6-7 months here. So, they won't make that big of a difference in terms of, Josh Allen with, hard counts and the like, but will certainly be neat to see a few people into the stadium. I'm going to take the Bills, but I think this game is going to be really, really close. I think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I think there's going to be turnovers in this game, and I think it's going to come down to just a couple of big third downs and maybe a red zone possession here and there in the second half. I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm going to take them 23-16 in this game. Just a one touchdown victory. Basically, the same score last week that I believe I predicted for the Bills over the Jets. But I will go we'll go by a field goal. I think this game's going to be really close. Give me 23-20. Let's go 23-20. The Bills win. And I'd like to see, again, those things that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the offense attacking and the like, using all their tools, using everything at his disposal. Brian Dable, who I believe is just as important for this Bills offense as Josh Allen. Right here, 9 Minutes with me, Mike Lindsley, IGTV, Facebook, and on YouTube. Make sure you hit me on Twitter, at Mike L Sports. Get on down here to Rosie's Corner if you are in and around Central New York. They've got the pizza. They've got the wings, amazing garlic parm, the gold fever, or the mild. They're all incredible. Rosie's, their wings are absolutely unbelievable. Of course, the hot and cold sandwiches. You've got all your salads in the cooler, Pepsi products, and more. And today is the famous Fish Friday, which you can get the sandwich, you can get the entree with your fries and mac and your coleslaw as well. Rosie's Corner is a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.